Let us consider this circle. This is a circle of radius 1.7, 1.7 centimeter. R is equal to 1.7 centimeter. We may take another circle like this, 0.9 centimeter. R is equal to 0.9 centimeter. We may take another circle also, 0.7 centimeter. R is equal to 0.5 centimeter. Don't take it as a rigorous class. Just I have started a new chapter to enable you to learn something new on mathematical concept that is necessary to study physics. Take it very easily and as if you are playing with me, and with a mood of playing we are starting this class. So this is very simple. The radius of this circle, this circle, this circle and all these circles, the radius is ranging from 0.5 to 1.7 centimeter. Now, if we take this information in this manner, suppose this is a chart, just very simple chart, and this chart has been prepared to give this information in more concrete way. So this is a chart prepared by me, very simple. This is value R and this is value of the periphery P. We know R is equal to 0.5, R is equal to 0.7, R is equal to 0.9 and R is equal to 1.7 in centimeter. This is given in centimeter. So for different values of R, we will get different peripheries. Suppose the periphery or circumference of the smallest circle is equal to P1. You may calculate it. P1 would be equal to 2 pi into 0.5. That is equal to only pi. Similarly, it is 1.4 into pi for this circumference, length of the circumference. For this 1.8 into pi, and for this 3.4 into pi. So the values of the P1, P2, P3 and P4 are ranging from pi to 3.4 pi, and the value of R is ranging from 0.5 to 1.7 centimeter. Now, so this is a information about this area bounded by this line. It gives you information about 4 circles, their radii and their peripheries. This chart also gives you the information. This chart bounded by the red line, it also gives you the information. The same information is given in 2 different ways. This is a way and this is another way. This way shows the picture or the figures in more concrete way. That means you can see the shapes and size of the geometrical figures here and informations associated with each circle. So this set gives an information, and also this set R and P, this chart also gives the same information in different way. Now, this information or the way of conveying information can be different depending upon the situation. Now, the same information I am giving. Suppose you have already studied the graph. This is x-axis according to your conception, and this is y-axis according to your conception. So for each set of radius and periphery, for each set, we will get, suppose in place of x, we are writing here x. In place of x, x is equivalent to the radius and y is equivalent to area, not area, it is periphery, is equal to p. So p is plotted along this direction and x or r is plotted along this direction. Actually, when we will give this information, we have to mention the unit. So r in centimeter, and p also in centimeter, as the periphery or the circumference is measured in centimeter. Okay. Now, for each set, 0.5 and pi. So, suppose this is the point, a point. This point gives the point number 1, and this corresponds x is equal to 0.5 and y is equal to pi. Y is equal to pi. So this is a point, and this point is given by 0.5 and pi. Similarly, there is another point. If the point 0.5 is here, then 0.7 may be here, and in place of pi it is 1.4 pi. That means greater than pi. So there will be another point here, approximately. This is another point, second point, and this point will be determined by these two coordinates, 0.7 and 1.4 pi. Okay. Similarly, there is another point, 0.9. This is point 0.9. So there are another point, 0.5, this point, 0.7, this point, 0.9. Suppose this point, and this point is given by 1.9, comma 1.8 pi. 1.8 pi. So 1.8 pi. So in this graph, we will get some discrete points. That means these points will be scattered in xy plane. This plane, the plane containing x and y axis, is known as the plane containing x and y axis is xy plane. So in this xy plane, we will get four discrete or scattered points P1, P2, P3 and P4. These 4 points will give the same information as given by this, and the third pattern of conveying information from one mind to another mind, or from one person to another person. If we give this picture, you will get the same information. If we define this, that the information is given in this mode. So there are so many methods depending upon our mathematical understanding or mode of mathematical understanding. There are so many methods we can convey the information or messages from one source to another source. Suppose I am the source and you are another source. We are A and B. So I am conveying some message from A to B so that you can understand it well. Then this set or this set or this set, three sets are equally convenient to understand or to realize the information. So this is the introduction about our main topics of interaction or main topics of discussion today, that is functions and graphical representation. Functions and graphical representation. Before discussing about the functions and graphical representation, this is a story about the topics, and this story is a mathematical story, and this information or the mathematical story will be well known to you. It is discussed in very common and very common experience and with very common knowledge. Anyone who has studied class 9 standard mathematics can get this idea from this discussion. So if we further extend our matter of discussion, then we have to take another page, and I am going to another page. Okay, so this is another page, and this page gives the information about our previous discussion. Suppose we are plotting here x and y. So x and y, for simplicity, we are giving here, this is x and this is y. And according to the value of x and y, we are drawing a picture, graphical picture, and this graphical picture is like this. Suppose we have a relation y is equal to x square. Y is equal to x square. So this is the relation between x and y. Y is dependent upon x. When x changes, y also changes. So y is equal to x square. This equality sign implies what? What does it imply? Y changes with change of x. That means when x changes, y also changes. Okay. So y changes when with x changes, and what is the term of change? What is the rule of change? The rule of change is given here more explicitly. So this information gives this information, y changes with x. This is one kind of information, and this is another kind of information. Just look it very minutely. The second information, y is equal to x square, gives you a concrete picture. It says y changes with change of x. First information gives the information y changes with change of x. But the second information gives y is equal to x square. That means it says clearly, it expresses clearly that y changes with x and this is the mode of change. Now, from this information, we are going to plot several data like this. When x is equal to 0, we know when x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0. When x is equal to 1, y is equal to 1. When x is equal to 2, y is equal to 4. When x is equal to 3, y is equal to 9. When x is equal to 4, y is equal to 16. And when x is equal to minus 1, what will happen? When x is equal to minus 1, when x is equal to minus 1, y is equal to 1. When x is equal to minus 2, y is equal to 4. When x is equal to minus 3, y is equal to 9. And when x is equal to minus 4, y is equal to 16. So these are 9 values here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All 9 values are given here. For x, we have 9 values. And for y also, we have 9 values. Now, so this is one kind of information, first kind of information. This is second kind of information, and this is third kind of information. So same information is given here. Now we are going to give this information in another way. Suppose this is a coordinate system, x and y axis like this. And according to our one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, etc. So this is x. This is positive x and this is negative x. And the value of y is always positive, so negative y is not necessary here. We are giving here y. Now, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and so on. This is 10. Okay, so if this is 10, this is 15. Suppose this is 15 and this is 16. Now, for x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0. So this is the point for x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0. 1, 1, x is equal to 1, y is equal to 1. X is equal to 2, y is equal to 4. Y is equal to 4. X is equal to 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. X is equal to 3, y is equal to 9. 9 means this. And x is equal to 4, y is equal to 16. So these are the points. 1, 2, 3, 4. Similarly, at the negative side, we also get similar points. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if we draw a line connecting all the points, we draw a line connecting all the points. All the points like this. Then this will be this graph. This graph will represent the same information. So this is the way of informing number 4 way. So first way, second way, third way, and fourth way. Now look at all the information. This is one kind of information, this is second kind of information, this is third kind of information, this is fourth kind of information. So y is equal to x square. That means y depends upon x, the value of x. So y is equal to x square. When this value is dependent upon this value, we can say very crudely y is equal to f of x, function of x. Though the mathematical definition of function is different from this function. The mathematical definition is more rigorous and more concrete and more takes more attention, demands more attention to understand the idea of mathematical function. But that is not my aim to give you mathematical definition or mathematical idea. Just I am here mentioning what is a function, what is the graph, and what is the utility of graph to study physics. Actually, our aim is to study physics, and for studying physics of somehow from quality books and from some good books, you have to know the idea about function, about the graph of function, and about some more information that will be discussed in next video, that is the slope of the graph. Slope or change, particularly these two topics will be discussed in next video. So long I have tried to make you understand about the function and the graph of a function. So very crude measurement, into very crude idea. This is the idea of function. Y is equal to f of x, or function of x, when y is dependent on x. Though I have already mentioned, though there is more concrete idea according to mathematics that is quite different from this idea, and that is beyond our scope now. Actually, we are going to through another road. Our road has been bifurcated. This is road to mathematics, and this is road to physics. We will go parallelly, but our mode of journey is different, and the panorama or the side view from different roads will be different, and also our experience also will be different. Though there is a similarity, or there is a very good relation between these two subjects, one subject is dependent on another. So this is all about our present topics of discussion, and try to follow the next video if you want to understand about the slope and the change of a function. Thank you for your watching.